Today, I want to talk to you about what I'm reading about on Reddit and the questions that are typically asked over and over again, just in slightly different scenarios. And one of them right now is about detailing your interior. So, on Reddit, under the detailed subreddit, Claire X Angel asked they need help with interior cleaning. So, they write they're in the military, the vehicle gets really dirty on the interior, they go to a drive-through car wash vacuum, but it just removes surface level dirt, right? Which we all know happens. You know, they show pictures of surface level dirt that a vacuum cleaner just isn't gonna pick up. So they're asking for advice on how to remedy that. And here I am today to tell you about how I think is the best way to remedy that. And not only just remedy it, do it in the most cost efficient way possible and as easy as possible. So what I'm gonna suggest you use, some detail brushes, you can get them on Amazon pretty inexpensively. And I like to suggest a specific interior cleaner. While you can use diluted APCs or all-purpose cleaners, if you don't dilute them properly, there's a good chance you might, and that's might, I'm not really sure, depending on what APC you're using, you could stain something by accident. You could not dilute it enough and it might be too strong, or maybe dilute it too much and it's almost just like using water, right? So it really depends. So what I'm going to suggest you do is use a very specific cleaner for interiors, and I happen to prefer PNS Express interior cleaner. I'll make sure I put everything in the comments below, description, to let you know what I've been using. These are not sponsored videos, so just buy them however you want to buy them, through Amazon, through other third parties, or if they even have it direct from PNS. And when you use the PNS Express Interior, there's, I think, two ways you can use it. I use actually three ways. You can use it full strength, which I only use at full strength if it's really, really dirty, like obscenely dirty. And that's pretty rare when I do it. And what I would say is you can dilute a gallon of full strength PNS Express into 2 gallons. So dilute it 1 to 1. So 1 part Express and then 1 part water. Ideally, you want to use distilled water. However, I use tap water. It seems to be working just fine for typical maintenance. I've even tried using it currently using it 2 to 1. So 2 parts water to 1 part PNS Express. So I'm really turning that 1 gallon almost into 3 gallons of product that will last you a significantly long time. So if your interior isn't too dirty, I would say go 1 to 1 for now and see how that works. Now, when you're using any interior cleaner, Claire X Angel, I would say number 1, you want to use a nice spritz bottle, or so it atomizes it nicely, so you don't want to stream it onto the interior. And what you're going to do is, especially when you're sitting in the driver's seat, you want to take a towel and you want to put a towel over your gauge cluster. And what that does is it protects the gauge cluster for really 2 reasons. If you're using a product that might be too strong for that plastic covering your gauges, it could stain it, which is, you don't want to do that. And also you don't want any moisture to get behind it, because that's not coming off, because let's face it, you're not going to remove that gauge cluster cover, right? So just use any cloth or a large microfiber towel, just cover it. And when you're gonna spritz on, give yourself some distance, because you don't want to just pound the solution onto, or soak the solution all over. You just want to like mist it all over, right? Of that area or that panel. And then you're going to take what I like to use, depending on the surface and how big that surface is I'm going to use a curve ball. I happen to use a Detail Factory curve ball. You can get them from anywhere. There are lots of third-party variations of the curve ball, and that's going to cover large swaths of area much faster, right? Because you don't want to use a tiny little detail brush that all the Instagram people use on these big door cards, right? That big door panel. That doesn't make any sense from a time efficiency perspective. You're going to want to use a curve ball. It's number one, it's easier on your hand to hold, and it gives you more surface area of the brush because there's more bristles, and you can cover more area much faster. However, I would go back and use a smaller detail brush to get in behind that door handle pull or within the window pulls for your automatic windows on your doors. But if you're going also on the cockpit area of the driver's seat, use a smaller brush, obviously, even with a shorter handle, to get in between the vents and to get around the steering wheel and all those little crevices and things like that. So make sure on Reddit, Claire X Angel, hopefully you're going to see this. And what I would say is try that, and then use a microfiber towel, because inevitably as you're running around the panel or wherever you're cleaning, it's going to foam up. That's what you kind of want. You want that foam to really lift all that debris up, and then you're going to take your microfiber towel and just wipe that all off, right? And then hopefully if you have it, it's very helpful. I don't think you necessarily need it, but it's really helpful, is having compressed air. I use compressed air with Tornador to really swirl that air around, and that's going to pull or remove and push out all that moisture from the crevices and cracks that you can't see, to help it dry a little faster, more efficiently. You're gonna just blow it out, wipe any excess off, and then you're done. So I hope this helps any of you. I will be doing more of these videos about questions that I see on Reddit, because I think sometimes just watching videos is great about how to do it. However, when you have someone talk you through it about these certain scenarios, this isn't going to be the first time this question is asked, and it certainly won't be the last time this question is asked. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all those good things. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.